Children of all ages, we are in the most unique place in the world. And if you've been to this mall, you know it's a unique place, don't you, Don?
Absolutely. Hey, so are we going to start the show off the like way we used to start our shows
No,
off?
we can't.
No. Well, we could.
Okay, you want to go ahead?
Mimi's mission instead of.
Ready? Okay.
All right.
I'm Scott.
I'm Don.
And
we're talking Mimi's mission.
That was the lamest thing I ever heard in my whole life, Don. That was terrible.
Put some energy into it.
Come on. It was. So, we are here today, Don. Why? Tell me.
To raise funds for Mimi's Mission, which is a charity for autistic families and children, and to help them cover some of the things that are so expensive for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we're also going to try to entertain you at the same time. We're going to try to do both those things together. Now, I promised that I was going to wear a Christmas ugly sweater. Don, is that your ugly sweater?
I have one.
That's the best you got?
That's the best I got.
Oh, it's killing me.
I
Killing me.
that.
Unbelievable. All right, so let's do this. Okay, let's introduce the most important person or second most important person, depending on how you look at it. Christmas time. Okay, who is that? You know who that is?
Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus. Let's get Mrs. Claus in here.
Come on up here.
Mrs. Claus, come on up here. Come on up here. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year. Mrs. Claus, how are you? Fantastic. Is it warmer here in Taylor, Michigan than it was at the North Pole?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
We've gotten like feet of snow down.
So I wanted to ask you this question, and I know it's a tough one, okay? You take that. There you go. So, is Santa Claus naughty or nice? Which one?
Oh, he's nice, but he can be naughty.
He can. Okay. I just always wanted to ask that. Since you're here, I figured, hey, why don't I ask if he's naughty or nice? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
Speaking of that, is his name in the naughty side or the good side?
Oh, he's in the good side.
how you like me now? You thought I was going to be on the naughty side, didn't you? Didn't you? He's been trying to ask that question for a long time. He's just glad you're a captive audience now. So, how was the ride from the North Pole?
It was not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay.
We had a direct flight.
Really?
Yeah.
So you didn't take Spirit?
Definitely not.
Okay. I got it.
Nothing
Take Spirit.
against Spirit. But we
Hear
have
that, Spirit?
Santa has his own airline.
I bet he does. Reindeer Express?
Yes.
Okay,
Exactly.
Reindeer Express. Got it.
You got it. You know all about that.
So I think that you were going to probably be here to take pictures with kids. Is that going to be the thing?
Oh,
going on?
definitely. It's all about the kids.
Now, if they tell you what they're getting for Christmas, is it automatically going to happen?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll relay
So, Don, you
that.
heard that. So if you ask her, what do you want for Christmas, Don? Hey, little Donnie, what do you want for Christmas?
BB gun.
Really?
Red Ryder BB gun.
But you know that'll shoot your eye out, right?
You know that. How many times have you seen that movie? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. All right, Mrs. Claus. Well, listen, I'm sure there are tons of kids here that would love to have their picture taken with you. Is there anything we can get for you? Milk and cookies? Anything?
I'm good right now.
You sure? Okay. At the end of the night, we're going to ask you the same questions. You might say Jack Daniels. We don't know. We're not sure. All right? We wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm going to give you a quick hug, okay? Absolutely.
Thank you, Mrs.
Yeah, absolutely. Mrs. Claus. Now, you never thought you'd get Mrs. Claus, did you? I had to pull a lot of strings to make that happen. Huh? Yeah, it was, absolutely. So, a lot of strings had to get pulled to make that one happen. Now, guys, as we're doing this, we're going to try to be as humorous as we can, okay? We're a little out of practice. We're going to try to be fun and humorous, but we've got some other things that you might be interested in, okay? First and foremost, Don, I'll let you talk as I'm holding, okay?
So we have a Calvin Johnson signed autograph poster with his stats throughout his Hall of Fame stats. And this is and it's signed and it's authenticated. And this will be up for auction through the night. And we will the top bidder will be drawn at 7 o'clock, and we'll announce who the winner is at 7 o'clock tonight.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll tell you what, we wanted to put that in the very front because every person that we walked down the mall with was like eyeballing us. We even had to get our own security, our own police force in the house to do that. And you'll meet Officer Andy, our security guy, later today. Also for you gamers, for you wild and crazy gamers, okay, we've got not one, but 2 PlayStation 5s here for you. One's got a game. One's got a game for it as well. So we'll do those once each hour. So 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. And then finally, from a generous anonymous donor, okay, we have a gorgeous citizen's watch. Okay, if you are an elegant man about town, this watch is all you all day long. Okay, so that will be, those are our big 4 auction items. So Dal, which one do you want to start with? Which one of the 4? You choose, buddy.
Well, that one's the very last one, right?
Yeah, so what do you got?
You want to do one of the PlayStations?
You know what? Let's go with the watch first. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right,
PS2.
so from 3 o'clock till 4 o'clock, and our good friend Jay Leonard, the Hammer, is back in the house. He'll make sure at 4 o'clock that we have the Citizens Watch. We're thinking probably at least $600, something like that. It's gorgeous, guys. It's a piece to take notice of. I can promise you that, okay? So we'll have that sitting right here on the table. We'll start doing bids for that. You can throw them right in the chat, guys, and we'll start looking for those, okay? So you can throw them right in the chat. So, ooh, show them what they're getting. Oh, my goodness. Now, you want to put that on? Yeah, good, because I wouldn't trust you. You'd probably leave with it. I wouldn't trust you with that.
The show is going to be over with.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So,
right.
ma'am controlling the computer, would you go to the chat up in the left-hand side next to captions there? Let's see what we got in the old chat here. Scroll down for me. Yeah. I would love that. I got people all over the place. You got people going crazy about the Lions stuff already. I'm telling you. Calvin Johnson says Lions all day long. Okay? He does. He says Lions all day long.
See, I'm not the only one that asked that question about you being on the naughty list. Somebody else asked the same question of Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, but you know what they said below that?
And we know what she said.
Yes,
you're on the good list.
But they also love Little Donnie, too. I'm going to start calling you Little Donnie.
Where's that at?
It's in the bottom right there. Somebody wants to get Mrs. Claus.
on.
Can we get Mrs. Claus a Cinnabon? Can we get her a Cinnabon? We would love to get her a Cinnabon. All right. So, again, guys, Citizens Watch, right? Bidding starts at $600. So that's where we're at. It's worth plenty more than that. So we'd love to put that on your wrist and love for you to help out Mimi's mission. Definitely. All right.
So that will be caught at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. The Hammer is right back. Wait, hang on a second.
Awesome.
Jay Leonard, come on. Hang on a second. You guys don't know him, but we'll make sure that you know him now. This guy's the baddest dude downriver, I'm going to tell you right now. All right, give him something, Hammer. Give him a little taste.
We're going to take care of this. We're going to bring in a lot of money for Mimi's mission.
Yes, we are. And you know what? If you don't bid by 4 o'clock, the Hammer goes thrown down.
We're going down, so big.
All right. So our first guest, let me see if we can what? Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the person that's in charge of this?
Yeah, we have 2 A1 guest lists today, right?
We do.
Or 2 at the very top of the list.
We definitely do.
This person is just, if not more important than Mrs. Claus.
Oh, man, you said it, not me. I didn't say that. I love her dearly, but I didn't say that.
She's a reason for this. She's one of the reasons, besides a big donor of ours,
Yeah.
Eric Sloan, which is the one, he started this whole thing with us.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah. And so let's bring up the guest of honor.
Let's call her the organizer of the chaos. How about that? The organizer of the chaos. Yes, ma'am. We're going to see how this works.
This is Lisa Delia from
that was
Mary's Mission.
Wait till Jim hears that. Wait till her husband hears that.
I just call you Lisa. Just Lisa.
Lisa, I'm going to hand this to you.
Lisa Valella.
So tell us how Mimi's Mission got started and what we're trying to do today.
That's a long story.
Give me the short version.
Short version, I used to be an insurance agent. We were helping people in the community, and one thing turned to another, and now we're here.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a short version.
That's about a short
That's
version.
very short.
Very short. So we help autistic children and their families in the downriver community right now. So we run a support group. We get them out in the community. We do boat rides. We do water parks. We do things the families wouldn't normally do because it becomes so isolated that they can't take themselves out into the public.
Right. So how long ago did really Mimi's Mission from supporting others to supporting autistic children and their families? How long is that?
Our first group started February 2017, so we're almost done 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Our group runs about 150 big.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's parents, caregivers, children, siblings, because autism affects the entire family.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen that, the experiences
Yeah.
that we've had with helping Mimi's mission.
Yes,
So,
yes. So it's unfortunate because the families, everybody says, why don't you just have the autistic children? Well, the families don't have babysitters because nobody watches the autistic children, which means nobody watches the siblings. So for these families to be able to come out in the community, into the group, they go as one. And that's the way we accept them.
So I can tell you that when Don and I first got involved with Mimi's mission, we were at the marshmallow snowball fight.
It
Remember
was
that?
the drive-through Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the thing that
because of COVID, you
Right.
adjusted to deal with COVID.
Right. So we did the drive-through Christmas, right? Yep. So every year for Christmas at the party, we do a big snowball fight because the children don't have many friends and they're not used to doing things other children do. So we produce snowball fights. So when it was drive-through Christmas, these guys thought we were insane. So
it was awesome.
it was awesome. We filled little baggies with miniature marshmallows. And when the parents would drive up, they'd roll down the windows for the children to see all the different stops. And this one stop consisted of the snowball fight, and we would whip marshmallows in the cars.
And they throw them out at us too.
Yeah, we gave them a bag to
It
play.
was a lot of
so-
fun.
Right, it was fun, yeah. They still talk
Absolutely,
about it.
very cool.
They
So
still, yeah.
the other big thing I would tell you is that it's the most grassroots charity that I've ever seen. Like you're direct. It's not like you have to go to something to get something to figure out. It's very, very direct. This young man or this young lady needs this. This is what we're going to do. Almost all of your solutions are very direct too. That's what I noticed.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty direct.
Yeah,
so
you are. You are. That's true. That's
I knew it was coming, so I said it first.
yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Lisa, anything else you want to tell the audience before we get started?
Just thanks to everybody involved. We're a really small nonprofit, but we do big things, and we do big things because of the community outreach that we have and the support.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. So
So
definitely,
we couldn't do it without everybody involved.
yeah, it's definitely a group effort. Definitely a group effort. All right, well, we're gonna get rocking and rolling. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for all that you do.
You know she was looking at you when she said direct, right? Just kidding. All right, so let's do this, Don. Let's do this. Let's get a look-see at how much we've raised so far. Let's go here. There.
And of course, we have the link in the chat, right?
We do. We're going to pop those up in a second. So at this point in time, we raised about $14,000. At this point in time, we made about $14,000. Give a round of applause out there. Come on. Now, our goal, what's that? Absolutely. So we got a long way to go, but we're definitely on the road. Now, if you'd like to donate, let me get you there. We're going to go, we've got two ways you can do it. One, what you see right now is Venmo to December to Remember. Okay, so that's one. So you can take a picture of that, and that should get you to the link to our site, right? So I'll leave that up there for a second. And then as throughout the show goes on, we'll send you different ones too, like Venmos and things like that too. So there's a link to the site. We'll give it time out. We'll chat for a minute and kind of let that linger for a second. And then we'll also we'll take Venmo too. We'll do it that way as well. Sound good?
Sounds good.
We want to make it as easy as we can for you folks. We want to take it as easy as we can.
Well, so we have Venmo. You can do it online off Mimi's Mission's website and through a text on your phone.
Yeah, we're doing it about 17 different ways. So we want to make it easy for you to get. Right?
How you want to give, we have a way for you.
Yeah. Okay.
We even take checks.
We do?
We take checks, yes.
All right, I just want to make sure, guys, gotta love that. Let's do it.
Yes.
We sure can. And I don't know, we're going to find out right now. All right, yeah, come on up here. You can tell us who you are up there. Are you shy?
No, she's not.
All right, so Annette, we're going to have you sit around right here for me. Okay? I'm going to hand this to you, and you're going to blab about everything you want to tell us. Go ahead.
Well, this one time back in 3rd grade. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm just here to support my friend Lisa and all the wonderful, wonderful things she does. Until you know a family affected with children with autism or young adults with autism, you have no idea what they go through on a daily basis. And she does such wonderful things, and I want to support her any way I can. So I'm here with the check for $300 for Mimi's
Awesome.
mission.
Absolutely.
Woo, woo, woo. Love you, Lisa.
Thank you so very much.
And that's
I'll take
what-
a hug for that. How about that? Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you.
That's the visionary in Allen Park, Michigan. who
Absolutely.
does
The vision
a
is
great
over.
job on
Yeah,
classes
100%.
and
So, Don, let's do
contacts.
this.
Thank you, Annette.
Real
Thank
quickly,
you, Annette.
let's give a shout out to E.W. Smith Insurance for being one of our big donors on the show. Okay, so we did a thing, folks, that everyone that gets a shout out was at a certain level of donation. So E.W. Smith Insurance, we love you, and we're so glad that you. It sounds like Mickey Bozomowski. Yep, there you go, and agents. There you go. So,
Thank you,
guys,
Mickey.
thank you so much. We appreciate your donation, and we'll keep on rolling.
Thank you, Mickey.
So, who do we got
Okay,
next?
so we
Absolutely. Our first family is
Heather and Amy.
Heather and Amy. All right.
So we're going to bring families. We have families that will be coming on the show to explain their experiences with Mimi's, what it means to them to be a part of Mimi's mission, and how it's helping them.
Don, this is the showstopper right here. What's this little guy's name? Spencer.
He wears that Santa's hat better than you do.
You're darn right he does.
Looking good. Hi,
Guys,
Spencer.
here's what we'd love to do. We'd love for you guys to tell us what Mimi's mission does for you, it means to you. How about that? I'm going to hand this over to you, okay?
So I'm gonna try to get through this without too many tears, because what Mimi has done for us has literally changed our lives. Spencer is 3 years old, and he was diagnosed this past summer. And we were going through a lot of struggles with some behaviors, and we didn't understand what was going on with him. And I had been looking for some Facebook groups to get on, and I came across the Autism Acceptance Group and seen a post about Mimi's mission and this family and how they help them. And so I looked them up, and this wonderful lady named Stephanie answered the phone and was just changed everything, just saying how she understood and that we weren't alone. And sorry. And so she made us an appointment. We went in and got to meet Mimi, and she sat me down and asked us a bunch of questions about Spencer, and she explained what was going on with our son, which was just, it was a relief, because like we had to that point not any kind of understanding of what he was going through, like the things that was like causing him pain, and we left out of there with the knowledge to help our family, help our son to grow and be a happier kid and not suffer and have so much pain, and to be able to help him thrive in the community. And it just made our family easy again and like happy, and we were able to enjoy each other. And our son has learned how to manage himself. Like, she gave us the knowledge and skills to help him, and now he's able to like help himself when he's feeling overwhelmed. If the noise is too loud, he's able to tell us when he needs his headphones or when he needs his vest to give him a safe hug. And we wouldn't be where we are today and be as happy and just like relaxed as a family, and we wouldn't have this great extended family to reach out to when we need help. And the things that we get to do now with him and the places we go that are safe for our family and safe for him to explore and just be a normal kid. It's amazing.
That's awesome. So before you came across Mimi's mission, you kind of alone out there, not knowing where to turn, and
Yeah,
when you found her, more of a community that you're a part of, your family, you're a part
it's
of.
very lonely because you know you don't have support from your friends. You
Right.
lose a lot of people because they don't understand your son, and if you don't understand it yourself, you can't explain it to people. And
Right.
you know, one meeting with her, and I
Yeah.
left out with just a huge sigh of relief on
Yeah.
my shoulders because I understood what my son was going through, and I finally knew how to help him.
Yeah. We've heard that in previous as well, that not knowing where to turn and having somebody to turn to and help support you and your family, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So how long have you been with Mimi's mission now? Has it been a few months? A year?
Just since midsummer.
Midsummer. Wow.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
that amount of time you've already grown.
Yeah.
and understand Spencer better than you
Yeah.
did before.
And we've made so many friends, and I mean,
Yeah.
the support, it's unexplainable. Like,
Yeah, it's a wonderful community to be part
Yeah.
of. Huh?
And I mean,
Yeah.
the things that he has grown so much in these last few months because of the events that we've went to, and just having meetings for him to be around the other kids, and us getting that break to just sit and like eat a meal without having, to chase him around.
Right.
And yeah, the support is just unbelievable. And I don't think we would be where we are without them.
So do you think he feels more comfortable now in where he's at in the
Yes.
world, his place in the world and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, we're
That's
even
awesome.
able to go out to places, because he's had.
Like dinner, go out to dinner or something like that? Yeah, is that what you mean? Yeah.
He does pretty good now when we go to restaurants.
So before that, what was it like before that? Before you
He
met
couldn't
him?
go anywhere because, we didn't know about headphones and stuff like that. And like, he would go out in 5 minutes, he was done. He couldn't handle being around people. He wouldn't be sitting here, and we know better how to prepare him for places when we go. And
But those little things that make the whole experience.
just
Much better.
understanding him.
Yeah, understanding exactly.
And then that's the whole thing. We had no understanding of what our son was going through. And it's painful to watch your kids suffering and crying and not knowing why.
And that connection between you now must be awesome.
Oh, it is. Because we see things coming. He knows before things are happening. And he's able to tell us. And we're able to just nip it in the bud before, he goes down a rabbit hole we can't pull him out of.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
you want to say?
Yeah, so I can just tell you just from him sitting here right now, most kids his age would not be able to do that at all. At all. Like, I was just amazed. I'm just sitting here in awe watching. He's in front of all kinds of people, and people are watching him. It's not bothering him at all.
And that's thanks to the group.
Yeah.
We go there, and twice a month we get together, and they take such good care of his needs and knowing what he needs and how he interacts, and he needs time when he first gets there alone, and then he ventures out. Now he could be part of a group and hang out and run around with kids, which is amazing because he didn't have social skills prior to having this group. He didn't know how to interact with people or other kids.
Yeah.
And
The socialization and just the calmness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me the eye a couple of times. I mean, it's pretty cool. He's like, I'm more confident than you, buddy. How about you? And he definitely wears the Santa hat better than I do. Oh, yeah, you're doing good.
You look good. You look good.
Thanks. Guys, anything else you want to share with the audience?
This is just, if there is any place this holiday to donate to and support, it's Mimi's mission, because she helps our families, she helps our kids, and there's nothing she won't do to help us live a happier life and help these kids flourish. She's amazing. Can you say? Hi. Can you say thank you? Yeah.
I heard that. I heard it.
Absolutely.
Even if you can give $5, give it to him, because that $5, it's going to make a difference in a kid's life. And these kids are amazing. They're magical, and they deserve it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much, guys. Thank you so much. That guy's gonna be hard to follow. Holy smokes! If that doesn't, Don, listen. If that doesn't pull at your heartstrings, nothing does.
No kidding.
Like, I saw stone-faced guys out there, 6'5" giants out there, getting a little teary-eyed. I saw that out there in the crowd. Okay, it's serious business.
Okay, get back to the on auction for the next till 4 o'clock is the Citizens Watch.
Yeah.
Bidding starts at 600, and I don't know if we have any.
Well, so I'm looking. Let's see in the old chat. Let's see what we got. In the chat, looks like nothing yet. So, if we don't hit the minimum, we're going to take it all the way to the end of the show. So we want to make sure that we're doing the right things. All right. So first, quick bid item, Mr. Chuber. Thank you very much. Guys, look at this. Holy, can you see this?
Holy
Look at that.
What is
so
this?
It's a Pandora gift set. I think there's a $125 gift card for Pandora in this thing, right? I think. And it's a bag, and it's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so it's all kinds of cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? A gift card. I think. Yeah. So it's probably worth $200, $300, $400, something like that. So in the chat, guys, let us know if you would like to bid on the Pandora gift set.
And this is only for 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, 15. Yeah,
Yeah, 15
absolutely.
minutes on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So our next guest is who? You know what, Don, let's do this. Let's check the thermometer for a second real quick. Let's check out the old thermometer. Let's see what we got going on there. Let's see. Well, let's see if we can get it. Try it this way. Let's see. Yep, almost 14.5 almost. 14.5. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Slowly but
None
surely.
about little. Ladies and gentlemen, everything helps. $10, $5, $200, $1,000, all that all helps. Always all helps. So, still working on the Pandora gift box. Still working on that. Would you like to bring up our next guest, Don? Would you?
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know who the next guest is? You sure? I know who it is. But you know what? Before we do that, why don't you announce that?
Okay, so we got to give a shout out from Southland Mall, Ultimate Dental, and Sammy Haddad.
Sammy Haddad from Ultimate Dental. If you want to have straight teeth,
White teeth,
go see Sammy.
your own teeth.
Your own teeth. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Got a bit down on something yesterday. I was almost afraid I was going to have my own teeth. A little nervous about that. What are you going to do? All right. So our next guest is the man keeping it safe here at Southland Memories Mission Telethon. The legend, Officer Andy's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause for Officer Andy. Officer Andy.
Afternoon, everyone.
Thank
Thank you. I had no idea what's going on right now.
That's
Cool.
okay, but you look really nice in that uniform.
Excellent.
So all the ladies are probably starting to chime in now. If you want to dance with Officer Andy, $25, okay? If you're not, I'm talking about a square dance, not something else, okay? What?
No, that's all right.
We'll keep that for later in the show. We'll do that for later in the show.
If we reach the 100 grand, then you can tell
Yeah,
everyone.
so-
Yeah.
So Andy, let me ask you a question. Did you bid on this Pandora box for your work?
Not yet.
You
No,
should, because
no.
definitely it's a nice thing. It's
I think
definitely.
I should.
I looked at it. I mean, she would love this stuff for Christmas, definitely. So tell us about your experience with Memories Mission.
Yeah, so a few years ago, I was invited to come to Revved Up in Woodhaven with Mimi's Mission and to interact with the autistic folks that were there for their holiday party. And what ended up happening is I saw that, there's a lot of instances where police officers have to interact with autistic people, and we don't really get that kind of training. So over the last 3 years, we've developed some training for officers and have gone to several different police departments downriver, Monroe, Oakland County, and working with Detroit Police Department as well. So trying to get the understanding and the awareness about autism and how officers and first responders can help interact with them too.
Right. So if I understand right, you have a package that you give out to autistic families, children, and can you describe that a little bit? And what it's
Absolutely.
about?
So the what we have, especially in Brownstown, we were the first agency anywhere to get them. So we're very excited about that. But we've now put out 1,200 911 ready bags into first responder vehicles. So that's police, fire, EMS, anything like that. Yeah, excellent. So that's what this is. And inside this bag is a weighted blanket. Sure. Yep. So inside the bag is a weighted blanket.
It's like weightlifting for Donnie. Try to pick it up. See that? CrossFit, I thought.
So the idea for the blanket is to kind of wrap around people's shoulders as they're going through a trying time. Obviously, traffic crashes, other situations that we deal with them. The blanket and the pressure from that blanket helps them out. We also have headphones to kind of cancel out some of the noise, when you have diesel engines, sirens, all that different things. It's a lot of sensory overload. There's also some fidgets and different things to kind of keep their hands and mind occupied. So as there's an emergency situation, there's so much going on, we give them some of these items and it helps to calm them down. It keeps their mind off of the emergency and starts to deal with what's in their hand. It helps the situations. We had a very successful issue in Brownstown. A young lady was having a difficult time, let's say, and we went through the whole gamut, the blanket, the headphones, and she landed on one of the fidgets, and it totally calmed her down. We left and haven't been back, in a positive way, right? We certainly followed up with the family, make sure that things were going well, and it was great.
So, Andy, how many of these have you have gone out to the public or out to the police forces?
I know that 1,200 have been out and put out into the field. Police, fire, EMS, all first responder vehicles in downriver, and then I think that there's been about 50 actual uses of these. So we've got a lot of positive interactions. There's different scenarios listed on the website, but it's a very good thing.
So, you think it's changing the police force's view of autism, at least the awareness?
Yeah. So when we put these out, when we go to the different police departments and bring the fire departments in and everything, we will kind of teach them basics of autism, what to look out for, things to say, things not to say, and to look for cues. Obviously, we look for different behaviors from people, and what we expect as investigators is to see a certain response. And you don't always get that from an autistic person. So it's good to know that and how to interact with that as a police officer. So yeah, it's been very, very helpful. I can't say enough about Mimi's mission. I was asked to join the board, and my chief has allowed me to do a lot of work on duty, but also off duty. I think it's a worthy cause, and I don't know how much time you want me to sit
Listen,
up there,
buddy, you could keep going.
Well, I do want to mention that, I got together with our police unions, both the patrol union and our command union with Brownstown, and combined we are donating $1,000 to Mimi's mission.
That's awesome. Give it up for Brownstown. Give it up for Brownstown, ladies and gentlemen. I love Brownstown.
So yeah, it's a fantastic organization. I really believe in this. Obviously, I spend a lot of time with Mimi's, and I believe in this mission. No pun intended, right? But
so, Andy, you say this is a game changer for you?
Yeah, very much so. Autism diagnosis specifically, I think it's been around for a long time, but the diagnoses are going through the roof. And I think the possibilities for police and fire to interact with autistic folks is going to rise. And to be able to have this training and have something to give to these families during these emergency situations is very important. So I'm glad that we're part of this organization. Brownstown is a front runner on this, and to get this equipment out in Southeast Michigan, it's fantastic. I got to say that the chiefs, the administrators, elected officials, all that stuff, they're behind these programs 100%. And this is not tax dollars that's going into this. It's almost all donations from companies, philanthropic people, families, things like that.
So you think it's probably because they recognize the need, like the awareness is because of the awareness is growing, yeah?
It's growing, yeah, very much so. Her Facebook website, all those things are very, very active. Last year when we had the snowpocalypse, we had a sledding hill, I forget what it was called, but in Woodhaven, and it was a huge way to build awareness. And so the winning team, unfortunately, was Woodhaven PD, and they didn't select. I know. So I tried. I even got the slick silicone spray to put on my sled. We didn't win. I don't know if I wasn't heavy enough or what, but that got the ball rolling. And what we ended up doing was shortly after that, we had a donut eating contest that you all may know about. Cops and donuts kind of go together, and that was for Mimi's. It was a huge success.
Wow.
We had a lot of great, I don't remember exactly how much we raised, but it was a great way to bring police officers together. I know that the winner, we call him the Mountain, was from Ann Arbor. He was about 6'6", 6'7", 300 something pounds, gigantic guy. And then second place, Brownstown. It was not me. It was a much more svelte fellow than myself even.
Did he get a promotion?
He is now a detective with the department.
Whoever beat the most donuts gets a promotion. All right. We sell.
So how many donuts did he eat?
I think. Well, the winner ate all 12 in less than the time.
Okay.
And my detective was just shy of eating all. I think he ate 11, which was the second place. It was great. So, and all that money that was raised was for Mimi's mission. we're trying to build the awareness. Obviously, this equipment, the 911 ready bags, the training, everything helps law enforcement, first responders. And I think any opportunity we can give back to the community, we're doing it. You can see that with our patrol union, and obviously a little peer pressure. Woodhaven PD, Flat Rock PD, Southgate, Taylor. We're in Taylor right now. Let's add to that.
Very good.
Andy, listen, thank you for keeping Calvin Johnson safe.
Yeah,
He might be at the back door if you want to go meet him.
I have no idea what he is.
Officer, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bud. Yep. Don, listen, they don't come any better than Officer Andy, okay? I mean, if that's not, again, so it's one of those things where it reaches out, starts out with awareness, right?
Yes,
Then
absolutely.
it turns out to be active and be, I mean, it spreads out so far.
Absolutely. And those interactions that first responders and police officers have with families that have autism, and something that simple alleviates a bunch of issues or possible issue. What a simple thing to provide.
Yeah,
Don't you
absolutely.
agree? I mean,
Guys, listen,
awesome.
we definitely have been pulling at your heartstrings today. So what we would love is we would love some more donations. That would be huge for us. That would definitely be huge for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to put out the Venmo for you. And we'd love to get some donations going. That's what we would love. So there's the Venmo down right there. Yep. Gotcha. So there's the Venmo right there. So hopefully we get the donations rolling in, because again, the whole point of this is not for just you and I to be cute, okay? It's not for people to get eye candy from man candy, eye candy, okay? But it's most important for us to help his mission. That's the whole point of what we're doing here today. Guys, the Venmo is up on the stream. So just take a picture of it. It'll get money to the plate that's got to go quickly, okay? I'd love to get in the next folks. You ready for this?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'd love to see Amber Garza and Bain. We'd love to see Amber Garza and Bain. Oh, yeah, so. Oh, you will. How we doing, guys? Come and have a seat. Fantastic. I'm gonna hand this to you, okay? Yeah.
Like I never did use a microphone before.
See, but now you have.
Thank you very much.
So I want to ask you both this simple question, okay?
Okay.
What do you love about Mammy's mission?
Because of Mimi, I have a lot of good friends to play with. I don't feel alone anymore. I now have friends and people to play with and talk to. And that's the end of this card that I did last night.
Very good. That's a good job. Very good. So how long have you been a member of Mimi's Missions, or how have you been a part of it?
Maybe Mom knows the answer to this question. I can't know.
It's been a few years. We've been with them for 3 years.
Yeah. Okay. So what when you found Mimi, how'd you find Mimi's Mission, and what happened from the before and after? Can you briefly talk about that?
I think I posted on Facebook that I was getting rid of some furniture, and I started talking to her, and I think I mentioned that there was more to it, but my daughter, who's also autistic, she's not here today, she had ruined some of it, and she mentioned the group, and then from there we joined.
Yeah.
And it's just really nice to have a community.
Absolutely, yeah. So and how long was it? How long has that been?
Oh, years and years ago. It's been a
Okay,
while.
okay.
It's been a while.
Okay, very good. Okay.
So yeah.
So you get together with other friends and hang